Hey guys, so here's a great look that you can do for going out because it's so sparkly and kind of glammed up, but it literally takes just minutes to do, so it's great for if you're going out and you're in a rush. Here it goes. So first off, when going out, you always want to start with a nice primer because it's going to help make sure that the makeup lasts you all night, especially if you're going out and partying, and you want to make sure that if you're sweating or anything like that, the makeup is going to last you throughout the night and you won't even have to worry about it. So now that we have a base, I'm actually going to add a base to the eyes as well, and I'm going to be using Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and that's just going to ensure that any of the dark shadows I'm using is going to last a longer time. And I'm actually going to start off with the eyes today instead of putting on a foundation first, because I am using dark colors and some sparkles, so I don't want there to be any fallout. So you want to start off by taking a matte gray shadow, and I'm actually using one from Guerlain today, but you can really use anything that you have at home. Just make sure that it's matte and that it goes on very smoothly. Because I do find that with some matte colors it is harder to blend. And I would say take a flat brush because it's going to be much easier to kind of dispense the product. It's going to kind of make it glide on much easier, especially with darker colors. And you're basically just putting it all over the eye as a base. And you also want to create a rough shape. So as you can see, I'm already doing that. Of course, it's not very neat, but it's all going to be blended out, so it doesn't really matter, just as long as you get a rough kind of guide to what your shape will look like. And I'm kind of winging it out here, as you can see. Now you also want to take a big fluffy brush with no color on it and just go back and forth between the flat brush and the fluffy brush, and it's going to help kind of take out any harsh lines and really blend in all of those rough edges that you just created. And this is just kind of diffuse the color so that there's no beginning and there's no end to where the gray finishes off. So now I'm going in with Chanel's Illusion d'Ombre, and I'm just taking my finger to use this. It's a really beautiful kind of opalescent white color, but it's clear at the same time, so you can even wear it without anything underneath. And I'm just going in with my fingers, like I said, because it's much easier to dispense the product because this is more like a gel formula, and I find that when I use a brush, it kind of just ends up falling out all over the place. Now, a lot of different brands make sparkles like this, so MAC has their own pigments and sparkles and glitters, and there's lots of other brands that do it as well. So just use what you have, and if it's not a gel formula like mine, it's more like a powder, I do recommend using a flat brush and actually using a cream base instead of a powder base like I did, because that way your sparkles will adhere much better. Whereas with mine, I didn't need a cream base because it's a gel formula, so essentially it just kind of sticks on as it goes. And you want to go all the way up until right under the crease. Now I'm going to apply a gel liner, and I'm using Bobbi Brown's today, and I'm just creating a basic line from the inner corner to the outer corner on the top lash line. And if you do have a problem with gel liner, because I know it can be tricky sometimes, it can get bumpy here and there, what you can do, what I like to do essentially, is just lift up very slightly with my fingers my eyelid, just very lightly, not outwards or anywhere, just upwards, and then apply my line. And you're going to find that it goes on much smoother, but just do it very carefully. You don't want to stretch the skin or anything. I'm doing this as gently as I possibly. Now I'm going in with a mascara, and you want to do a few full coats of the mascara as much as you can without getting it clumpy, because this look is all about eyes. Essentially, you want to make sure that your lashes are really, really full. You can even add false lashes if you like. I didn't do it for this look, but you always can since the look is all about eyes. Okay, and you want to start at the base as close as you possibly can to your roots and just wiggle it out, and that's just going to separate the lashes and really pump up the volume in them. So now that I've finished the eyes, I'm going to go back to the face, and I'm actually going to apply a foundation right now, and I'm using Dior's Forever foundation because I think that is absolutely one of the best foundations for going out. It is such a full coverage, and the best part is that it's oil absorbing, so I find that these kind of oil absorbing foundations really help if you're like at a party or anything and you're sweating. It really prevents your face from getting shiny, and it just kind of gives you a really nice matte finished look. So now I'm taking that flat brush that I had from earlier on with the gray eyeshadow, and whatever is left on the brush, I'm just going to run it under my eyes, and that's just going to create a bit more of that smoky effect for under the eyes. So really you don't need to add any more. I wouldn't suggest it because you don't want it to look too heavy underneath. You don't want it to look like you have any darkness under your eyes. So it's just creating a touch of a shadow, okay? And after this, you do want to take the liner and just very slightly put a little bit on the outer third of the lower lash line, and then just smudge it through, okay? And that's just going to create that real smoky eye kind of effect. Now I'm going to go in with a concealer under the eyes because you want the under eye area to look as bright as it possibly can whenever you're doing a smoky eye, because you don't want to create that kind of I'm tired look, right? You want to look wide awake but with the smoky eyes. So make sure you conceal. So now I'm going to just bronze up the skin a bit just to warm it up wherever I need. So I am going to give it a bit more definition like this, and I'm just going over the cheeks, the temples of the forehead, the jawline, anywhere, just to create some warmth and definition really. And now I'm going to go in with a peachy pink blush, and this is essentially just to kind of brighten up the skin because we are using so many neutral colors. A blush is really going to brighten up the skin and kind of make everything look a bit more alive. So for the lips, I'm using a very soft, nude, rosy kind of pink color, and it's from Chanel, and it's very sheer. So again, everything is kind of these sheer, glossy finishes, which is really nice, and that's why I'm leaving the skin more matte. And you just apply this all over the lips, and you're pretty much done. So as you can see, this is the finished look. It's just simple, easy, and quick, and I love it because it's something that I like to do when I'm in a rush to get out of the house. It will literally take you a few minutes to do, but at the same time, you can see how glammed up it looks. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you liked it. See you soon.